Good morning, students. I welcome you to the second video on inclusive school. I hope by now you're clear with what is an inclusive school. Inclusive school is a one where the normal children and the special children are educated together. In today's class, we will discuss about the history of the special education. You know what is special education? It is providing education to the exceptional children. The exceptional children include different types of disability, namely physical, mental, disadvantaged and the gifted children. So you know what is a physical disability? Any wound in the body parts or any deformity in their body physical structure. Mental, they have low intelligence level or high intelligence level. Disadvantaged is that they are having some impairment or they belong to some socio-economically disadvantaged group. Gifted children, you know, they are the children who have a very good IQ and they cannot accommodate in the normal classroom. When we look into the history of special education, it begins in the 1775 to 1838 when a wild boy whose name is Averno was given an education by Jean-Marc Caspadat. You know, this is a history of it starts from 1775. And then you know about Helen Keller. She was educated by Annie Sullivan Mercy in the year 1866 to 1936. So when we look into the history of special education, the first blind school in India was started in the year 1869 by Jean Leopold. And the deaf school was started at Bombay in 1883. The history of special education in India started gaining its importance after the establishment of the blind school in Amritsar in the year 1887. In the year 1974, a program was developed by the Government of India, namely the Integrated Child Development Scheme, to enhance the special education programs. Later in 1992, the Indian government passed the Rehabilitation Council Act, which is called as a rehabilitation is nothing but making the special people live their life like the normal, providing them more access to lead their life in a more successful way. And then the Persons with Disability Act was enacted in the year 1995. Looking into the history of special education, the Kothari Education Commission in the year 1964 to 66 gains the main importance. It is this commission who has recommended and suggested the expansion of educational facility for the physically and mentally handicapped children and for the development of an integrated program so that the handicapped children are able to get education in a regular school. The next important policy which is framed in education in the year 1986, that is your National Policy on Education. You would have studied about national policy in your contemporary paper already. This national policy of education has the main aim which made that the education should be integrated with the general community so that the special children will be able to prepare themselves for normal growth and enable them to face life with courage and confidence. The main objective of this policy is to bring the special children with the normal community. The next important program is the Integrated Education for the Disabled Children in the year 1982. It helps to provide educational opportunity for the disabled children in a common school so that they are able to get education along with the normal children. You know the meaning of integrated education, where the normal children and the special children are educated in the same campus. A little bit modification in their curriculum and the timings will be made to them. Next comes the Plan of Action, which is formulated in the year 1992. Here, the child with a disability should be educated in a general school along with some modification of the curriculum and their timetable structure. This is the plan of action. Then comes the next one is the Rehabilitation Council of India Act in 1992. This act helped to establish a mechanism for monitoring and standardizing the courses. We need some standard and measure to check whether the special schools are operating in a correct way. For this alone, this has been established and it helps to train the professional. For a special school, the teachers has to be more trained and they have to have much training in rehabilitation process. So this act helped to train of the special educators and the resource teachers. Who are resource teachers? Resource teachers are those person who are highly experienced in the special education field and they are given due professional training from the special schools and the special organization so that they are able to face the special children without any difficulty. The next important achievement in the special education history is that establishment of a district primary education program in 1994. You know that normally the children are given free and compulsory education up to the age of 14. But for the special children, it is extended up to 18 years. Following this program, there was a next important act which was enacted, which is called as a Persons with a Disability Act in the year 1995. So it tried to provide free and appropriate education for the special children up to the age of 18 years. It helps to promote setting up a special school in the government and the private sector so that the special schools will equip the children with a disability and provide them vocational training. So that is a very important point and a landmark in the history of special education. Then comes the National Welfare Trust, which was enacted in 1999. So it helped to promote and protect the rights of the disabled persons so that they are also treated like the normal person in the society. It helps to promote inclusion and independence for the special children by creating an environment where there is a barrier free and helps to develop the skills of the disabled children and promoting them to lead an independent life. The next one important achievement in the special education is that the establishment of the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. You have already learned about Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, where it is providing the free and primary education up to the 8th standard. So we want everybody to be educated in India. So with this act, it helps to include certain components for the children with disability. What are they? It is nothing but you have to early identify and detect the disability in the child. Then you have to monitor and provide them appropriate individualized educational plan. The government can supply aids and appliances to the specially disabled child. They should provide resources, namely the resource teachers and the material from the government to the disabled children, and they should try to remove the architectural barriers in the schools so that the special children will also able to enter into the normal school environment. And they have to find out what are the ways in which the special children can be assessed, and they have to conduct some research based upon the findings. So in this way, the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan helps to strengthen the special schools and provide education to the disabled children with much importance given to the girl child also. The next important thing is RTA Act 2009. This act helps to provide and preserve and protect the fundamental rights of a special child between the age of 6 to 18. It helps to safeguard the rights of the children belonging to the disadvantaged group and helps to protect them from any kind of discrimination and provide compulsory elementary education to them. Next comes the National Policy on Education in 2016. You know that every child has a right to develop their full potential by getting their education. So, in this RTE Act, which is framed there, they try to provide special training to every teacher so that she is able to handle both the special child and normal child in the classroom without any difficulty and provide learning materials according to the individualized needs of the special children. So, this is a recent one which has been enacted, and it also helps to provide a pedagogy or national curriculum framework for teacher education, which helps to give importance in preparing the teachers who can teach in an inclusive classroom. When we look into the history of special education from the years of 17th century till date, the special education schools have increased, the curriculum have been refined, the children are given more importance, and due process have been changed so that now special education becomes very easy of access to children who wanted to upgrade themselves in their career. Next, we will see the teacher's role in special education. As a teacher, we have to develop a proper awareness about the needs and problems of the special child to the parents and to the society. When we create a proper awareness, it is easy to make them come to the schools to get educated. The teacher has to maintain properly the records, and she has to make up the follow-up works very efficiently and in a continuous manner. She has to plan the remedial teaching programs for the special child since they can't understand like the normal children. As a teacher, we should plan suitable activities with the resource teacher or the other professionals in the field and create a methodology which is suitable for the special children. The teacher has to create a friendly and a comfortable classroom environment so that the special child feels happy to enter into the normal classroom to get education. The teacher should have a bias-free attitude towards a normal child and the special child. They should treat every one of them equally and provide them equal opportunities and create an environment of welcoming nature from the normal children so that the special child gets easily mingled with the other classmates. You can see she has to maintain a constant communication with their parents and seek their support to effective progress and seek the community support. Without community support, the special schools cannot be run. So she has to seek the community support and cooperation so that the special school is able to educate the children in an effective manner. Now, we will see what is the degree of disability. We have been telling about different kinds of terms: disability, impairment, handicap, like that. What is disability? Disability is a condition which makes a person to unable to perform the normal activities which is done by a person. Based upon the degree of disability, it can be classified into mild, moderate, severe, and profound. Mild. If the disability is found to be less than 40%, it is called as mild. Moderate, 40% and above, but below 75% of disability, it is said to be disability, moderate disability. Then severe, 75% and above, but below 100. What is a profound disability or a total disability? Is the 100% disability condition. So, based upon the disability only, we would classify the special children and give them education accordingly. If the children are found to be mild, moderate, they can be accommodated in a normal school. But severe and profound children need special places or special schools to get education. I hope you're clear now with the history of special education and the different kinds of norms and rules which has been enacted in India, and you know what is disability. By the end of this video, I'm going to present you an assignment. Please prepare an assignment to make a differentiate between special, integrated and inclusive education. Prepare this assignment for a 10 mark, and then you can prepare an essay on the role of parents and society in giving inclusive education. In the video we have discussed about the role of a teacher. It is your point now to prepare from role of parents and society in giving inclusive education. You see this video, get clear of your points. If you have any doubts, you can call me. And your assignment should be submitted by next Friday. Thank you, ma'am.